What's up, y'all? Welcome back to The Purpose of Money. This is Aquania Escarnay, and I am the creator and founder of thepurposeofmoney.com. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the 5 things that I did before I quit my 9-to-5 job, so you can do them too if you are considering full-time entrepreneurship. But before we get into that, you know what to do. I want you to like this video and subscribe so you can be notified the next time another video drops. Y'all, this is a part of a series that I'm doing on full-time entrepreneurship. Now that I am 3 months into the game, I have a few tips that I'm willing to share because they have either worked or not worked for me. And this episode is going to be about the 5 things I did to prepare for full-time entrepreneurship. Number 1. I boosted my savings. We did as much as we could to save in the year before I quit so that we could have enough savings just in case the business income was not coming in as quickly or as high as I thought it would when I quit. So savings is super important as an entrepreneur because it ensures that you can maintain the lifestyle you have and that you have extra savings in place if something unexpected comes up. Now, some people would argue that you should also cut expenses before you quit. I also did that. That leads me to tip number 2. I paid down as much personal debt as possible before quitting. So my student loans were completely paid in full before I quit, and my car loan was 75% paid down. So I only had a few payments left, and I could have used the savings to pay it off completely, but I wanted to just hold on to my liquid cash just in case we needed it for something for the family. So those are 2 things that I did, and you definitely should do too, is boost your savings and pay down any debt. If you have credit cards, pay those down too, because you don't want to be burdened with trying to pay down credit cards while you're also trying to pursue full-time entrepreneurship. You might also need access to credit when you're a full-time entrepreneur. So the less you have already charged, the better. So paying down debt is super important. Number 3, the third thing that I did was that I boosted my business revenue. So before I took the leap, I added multiple income streams to my business. I invested in some real estate opportunities that pay out cash flow. I also added email marketing to my biz. I'll give you a whole video on that and how I created this secret email marketing business as a ghostwriter, but that's a huge revenue stream for my business that over time I practiced my skills, I honed them, and then I began to market myself to more IG influencers so I could write their emails too, and that has literally become its own 6-figure business. So when you're trying to take the leap, the more income streams you have for your business, the better. That way, if one income stream gets a little dry or slows down, you have other income streams to keep you going. The 4th thing that I did, and I think you should do too, is practice full-time entrepreneurship before you leap. What do I mean by that? I literally asked my 9-to-5 if I could take a month off from work in order to relax and get some breathing time. But what I did in that time, while I was trying to avoid burnout by managing my business and going to work every day, is I created the schedule that I wanted to have in full-time entrepreneurship. So I tried it out before I bought it, right? I created how many meetings do I want to have a day? Who do I want to meet with? How often do I want to meet with my team? Who do I need on my team? I also hired quite a bit of people before I quit so I could have the people in place that could help me grow. But in that month off, I got the time I needed to think through exactly how I wanted to operate the business as a full-time entrepreneur, from my schedule to what we would focus on to who I would work with. And that month really helped me see that I could do this. I could do it, I could love it, and it could be so much fun for me. So definitely consider it if you can afford to. Now, obviously, taking a month off from my regular job meant that I wasn't working there. I had enough leave to cover it, so I was still paid from the job, even though I wasn't working in the job. But if you don't have the leave to take that kind of time off, take as much as you can, even if it's a week, for you to get your affairs in order and for you to really process what full-time entrepreneurship is going to look like. But I highly recommend you take the time if you can. And the fifth and last thing that I did, which was super important, is I made it a habit to pay myself from the business income for several months before I quit. One, that pushed me as an entrepreneur to make sure the business made enough revenue to pay me. That also gave me more money for savings, because if my business is paying me, then my paycheck was going into my savings and it was paying off a little odd and end debts here and there. So when we got into full-time entrepreneurship, we had less debt to even worry about. So if you are considering full-time entrepreneurship, I highly encourage you to take advantage of these 5 things and see if you can do them in your life before you take the leap. So just to recap, number 1, boost your savings. Number 2, pay down your debt. Number 3, increase your business revenue. So boost those sales, revenues, and services. And number 4, take that practice month to try it out before you take it on full time. And number 5, pay yourself from the biz. This is a super important hobby. And I also emphasize this because so many entrepreneurs are always reinvesting every dollar back into their business. But you have to remember, you are working in the business. You should be compensated for the work that you do too. And this is a habit that is hard to break if you don't do it in the beginning. So pay yourself from the beginning so that you make it a habit and you do it every single time you get revenue in your biz. I hope this was super helpful, guys. If you like this video, make sure to share it with anyone who needs to hear it, and definitely leave your comments below. If you want to talk to me about this process and how I made it work, I do offer a free consultation. We can talk about your business needs or desires and how I can help you in your finances to get them in order for full-time entrepreneurship. Until next time, guys, keep building generational wealth, and I hope you'll tune in for the next episode.